Hi folks, once again welcome to the new specific Dissected channel.
A fresh start on a new channel, meaning we lost over half the audience, won't make money off these videos anymore, and create more hassle for new people joining in to fund the older videos. Good job, idiot.
Yeah, so first of all, I'm back at the old audio setting for my voice since I only got negative responses to that change. Second, today we're doing a bit of part 2, sort of response video to the fan game video. See, that's the advantage of having a separate Dissected channel. I would never do this when I had to share the channel with other videos. So you guys had suggestions in the comments, so doing a follow-up video on that. And Luke, you wrote down your own fan games reviews recently, didn't you?
Just want to quickly talk about some fan games I played whilst I was waiting for the PC release of Sonic Mania. 2 Sonic fan games and 1 unrelated one to give it more attention.
I'll just respond to a few comments, and Luke will occasionally talk about one of the fan games he played. Not much of a structure to this video, it's just stuff, I guess. Righto. Luke?
The first one I'm going to talk about is Sonic Edge of Darkness. From what I saw, this sadly was never finished or is still in development, and I can only find 2 demos. It's best to play the Act 2 demo, as that has 3 zones with boss fights and is more polished. I played both versions to contrast the two. The original one has very floaty controls compared to the newer one's smoother gameplay, and when Knuckles climbs up walls he looks really weird, which has been fixed in the second demo. You can play through the 3 zones as either Sonic, Tails or Knuckles, and their abilities have been used pretty well here. What surprised me is that you can have Sonic Wall Jump, which is done quickly and transitions well, and he also has a homing attack if you press the jump button twice. The 3 zones in question is a jungle theme zone, which is obviously Green Hill Zone disguised given the second stage's music, a desert theme zone and an ice/underwater zone. The desert one's quite interesting due to pipes leading you into these small factory areas. There's no special stages though, even though the main menu said there are. Now, the boss fights are okay. There is a Sonic only boss fight with Metal Sonic, which I thought is going to be like Silver Sonic from Sonic 2, but I felt it was a bit too easy in my opinion, but then again it is the first boss. I do like how you take on a giant golem in Zone 2 like the one from Sonic 3, but you have to knock a giant block onto him to stun him and then hit him. Then it gets really unfair in the 3rd zone where at the end of Act 2 and you're playing as Sonic, you are stuck between a giant snowball and Eggman who keeps bombing you and it's hard to get a hit in. Then you fight him again when he keeps throwing missile after missile at you, and when you automatically run and you're at the edge of the screen, it makes it like you hit a wall and you slow down. But I did get to beat him at the end. Then you are teased with the 4th zone, which seems to be based on Marble Zone with some great music, but then it just ends with the message, "See you next demo." So yeah, I think it's worth checking out. Bosses are quite hard in the 3rd zone, but the gameplay is pretty good.
There's so many fan games, I didn't even touch the tip of the iceberg last time. Yeah, I didn't know of this game's existence and dozens more. Not much to add. I love the visuals of the desert level and Sonic having more detailed shoes. Gameplay felt fine. Nothing special, but very serviceable. Right, reading through some comments. So apparently, Sonic Robo Blast 2 had a launcher which made loading mods easier. Had no idea. It's called Net Launcher in the official download page. See, with a name like that, I think it just has something to do with better internet or something in the game, and I would never think it's a mod launcher. But alrighty, and lucky me, there's a brand new version of this launcher uploaded just this month. Man, first Sonic after the sequel getting an update and Sonic World 8 being released and now this. They sure know when to update their fan games. Might have something to do with Sage, I guess. Anyway, so it's easier to launch mods. You can just pick the files instead of having to type it out, so that's more convenient. It still doesn't give you a thumbnail or a hint what the file is though, so it's still not as convenient as Sonic World. I got some other comments about Sonic Robo Blast. Apparently it was annoying that I kept switching between the versions. Yeah, I do use an older and newer version. Usually the newer version unless I want to show off a specific mod. I'm surprised you can't even tell the difference. I can't. But right, sorry I bothered you. I didn't think it'd be noticeable or important. Other comments. The Doom engine isn't really 3D. Yeah, I saw that original video that said that and explained that, and I also saw a different video debunking that claim. Either way, it's mostly technical mumbo-jumbo, and I really don't give a flying damn if it's technically 3D or 2D images projected as a fake 3D environment. The point is, you're inside the environment, moving into corners, and in and out of rooms. The gameplay is 3D. I'm moving through 3D locations. It's fucking 3D. That is done by fake trickery and manipulations of 2D images. So what? Everything is a fake illusion. That said, it does cause people to get a headache because of its faulty perspective. So I suppose that's the consequence of this fake 3D. But really, I find the discussion whether Doom is 2D or 3D is just technical nerd bickering over technical details. It's like discussing whether a movie is really a movie or just a series of photos. Yeah, it's an illusion, so technically everything is fake. But then again, even your eyes are fake. You don't really truly see the world. Your own eyes and brains are doing weird trickery with light reflections and stuff. So if you want to be really technical, we're all blind and can't see a damn thing, and everything you see is your brain just desperately grasping at any form of logic, light reflection, memories, and shape so it can vaguely couple together some sort of workable illusion of reality. Joy! Well, now I made myself depressed. Luke, talk about a second fan game you played.
The second Sonic fan game I played is the well-known Sonic Before the Sequel. I did find the game extremely long, but what makes it interesting is that you play as Sonic in the first zone, there's Tails in the second, and it goes back and forth between them throughout the game. The game is also quite hard due to the placement of enemies and badniks, but it is possible to get through, and there's a lot of opportunities to go through loops and up walls. There's also some interesting level manipulation, like if Tails gets hit by a spore-like enemy, the level starts to go weird as like Tails is tripping out on drugs. And in a Sonic stage, you can have Sonic hit these multicoloured lights to make him jump higher, smash through floors and turn off the anti-gravity. Also, there are special stages, but you shouldn't worry about conserving rings, as no matter how many rings you have at the end of every third act, there's a ring you can just jump in. There are some music from other Sonic games in there, but I think there's some original soundtracks in the game. What I really like is how the music suddenly becomes orchestral when you come near the end of the game and you hear the Sky Sanctuary theme as you try to get to the Death Egg prototype. Now, the bosses here are also pretty hard. Sonic fights Eggman while Tails fights a robotic orb that changes its form. Kinda like how in Sonic and Knuckles, Sonic fights Eggman and Knuckles fights an Eggman robot. It involves a lot of trial and error trying to work out how to fight it and when to avoid its attacks. Ring recovery is also quite scarce in some of them. What I don't like about this fan game is that when you get a game over and you want to quickly go back into the fight, so when you're at the menu screen the cursor is always on new game and needs to be moved to load game. So if you are not careful, you might accidentally reset the game. In conclusion, whilst it is a pretty difficult fan game, it is really fun, and if you got more than 2 hours to spare, I say give it a go.
Sonic Before the Sequel is alright. Back to the comments. Yeah, Robotnik used the power of the emeralds in the old cartoon show. I forgot about that, even though I loved that episode as a kid, and especially the idea of getting endless clothes of yourself from the past. So yeah, I guess it did happen. Someone hated the laggy footage of the gameplay. I was just so happy I could finally record my own footage for once. Guess it didn't work out. Oh well. All footage of this video is horribly stolen from others again though, so if that makes you happy. In the old video I was just too lazy to write down all the names from people I used footage from. Such a hassle, so I found it easier and more convenient just to create my own footage.
So you're too lazy to write down the names of a few YouTube channels to credit them, and instead painstakingly spend hours figuring out a recording configuration, replaying several entire games and cut together the footage, because that's less effort than writing a few names. Okay.
I suppose the only time I use my own footage is when I play on the PlayStation 4 from now on, or if my partners give it, like Elise gave me the Secret Rings footage. Oh well. Next, Sonic World. Why didn't I talk about the Chow Garden? Good question. I could swear I did write about it in the script, but the video was so long with so many subjects, I guess it got lost somewhere. Not that I have much to say about it, but yeah, it's awesome they're doing that, and that you can enter the Chow Garden with Robo-Eggman. It seems to work perfectly fine. It's pretty awesome they programmed that in, so... Oh, and right, Sonic World has got a new update recently, so check that out. Character and stage selection is a lot more sleek and convenient now with multiple pages or better spacing. Ton of new levels. I'm still baffled why the controls for the Xbox controller are so freaking weird. I just play with the keyboard all the time. Oh, and another thing I forgot to mention, the fan game video. I freaking love the music tracks. They're all remixes and most of them are fantastic. Even if the level itself would be clunky, there's usually a great music track to accompany that level to help out a little after all. In particular, I love the Underground theme from Sonic 2 Game Gear, and new to version 8, I love the Sonic Rush Battle theme. I got a great remix. I think you guys might have overrated Sonic World a bit. The physics of the game feels very slippery and lets you skip parts of the stages very easily. Every character can fully complete the stages on his own. Well, I did say at the start of the video I was focusing on content, not the technical execution. And I did mention the game felt a bit wonky. I think I'm starting to get confused what I kept in the video and what it was just in the script. Yeah, whatever. Anyway, yeah, it's a bit messy, although there is a new version right now that fixes some bugs. The automatic running levels work way better, even though they can still be a little glitchy. Skipping parts of the levels is almost a feature in Sonic games now, popular with speedrunners, so not sure if that's a bad thing. Disagree that all characters can finish a level. I get stuck very often if I took the wrong character type. Whatever. The game is a big free-for-all. I think the main problem you have with the characters in the levels is that this game occupies this weird spot in between a free-for-all open-world mission extravaganza and a linear platformer. It's too linear and platform-heavy to be a free-for-all mission-crazy thing, but too open and chaotic for a platformer. Makes it a bit awkward. Still fun to play around with. Roger and Luke, can you review Villainous? Holy shit, that animation is amazing. Gee, thanks for making me feel all depressed and self-loading on my own work again. Could really need more of that. I can barely hear what the main villain says. He has a really hard-to-hear voice. Oh, doing the thing where the creator of the show does the voice, huh? Whoa, Markiplier's in this too? Huh, I thought he said once that he never wanted to join projects out of a weird lack of self-confidence. Oh well. Whoa, it's an official Cartoon Network thing. It's an amateur web series picked up by Cartoon Network, huh? Well, yeah, looks like TV quality stuff to me. Wish the main dude had a different voice, though. But yeah, great humor, slapsticky, nice energy to it. I love the ice cream bit. Or the painting bit. Don't know what to say. Surprised Cartoon Network is bothering with original unique cartoons again. Do they even have screen time left between all the reruns of Teen Titans Go to have a brand new show running? Sonic Advance fan game to talk about. I could have sworn I did make a reference to that Sonic Advance 2 remake in my original script. Also must have gotten lost somewhere. But yeah, I remember that Sonic Advance 2 remake in Flash, of all places, on Newgrounds. Very impressive. However, I was looking for fan games with a whole new experience. Technically, this is very impressive and it's fun to play, but it doesn't really bring any new ideas to the table. It's more like a technical showcase, so there's not much to talk about. Luke, you got some other fan game you want to talk about?
Now, the last fan game I played, which is unrelated, is one based on He-Man and the Masters of the Universe. As you got 80s franchises like Transformers and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles that got tons of video games, He-Man is one of those franchises that really doesn't have that many games tied to it. The game retains music and the animated style straight from the cartoon, so it feels like you're in an actual episode of the show. The game seems to be incomplete, but it has a lot of content like the main game, which is an arcade co-op beat-em-up like Golden Axe, and a versus mode. You can choose characters from both He-Man and his allies, the Masters of the Universe, as well as his twin sister She-Ra, and also his nemesis Skeletor and Evil Lyn. As an additional surprise, the game also has Lion-O from Thundercats. You can use various attacks and combos to take out Hordak's evil horde, and collect gems to gain health and rescue widgets. Basically the Eternian version of Halflings. There's also the stages where you run through smashing enemies on a mount like Battle Cat or She-Ra's unicorn. The only gripes I have with the game is the levels where you have this giant hand that comes out from the bottom of the screen and would slap you back if you try to jump over it, so you need a running jump to get over it, and if you lose a life you appear at the other end of the hand. And there's the level which is set in a labyrinth, which I feel slows the gameplay down a bit, as you had to rush and find the widget to complete the level, and you have a strict time limit as well. But other than that, if you ever grew up with the cartoon or was a fan of the show like I was, it's definitely worth checking out.
The art style reminds me of Dragon's Lair, kinda. But yeah, not really Sonic related, but kinda Golden Axe related, so kinda Sega related, I guess. Back to Sonic, because it'd be terrible if you talk about something else. Whew, other comments. Honey the Cat was put back in Sonic the Fighters. Yeah, I heard about that. And while I have Sonic the Fighters on PlayStation 3, I never got her, so I needed the code apparently. Huh, oh well. And yeah, the Archie comic Dissected has to come eventually. Sorry it's taking forever. I'm dreadfully slow this year, and I'm still catching up to videos I plan on having finished in the spring of this year. I'm terrible lately. Yeah, don't expect me to get to Sonic RG until after Sonic forces it out and debate it through, so sorry man. The sprite work of us was terrible. Some people liked it. But either way, I won't use them again, so no worries. They were just made for that video, and I used them for Mania out of convenience. World 1-1 mod, Mario Kart 7 for Sonic World. Yeah, I know about these levels. I didn't show them off, because, you know, the video was already getting too long. Jet Set Radio Sonic was originally from the Smash Bros mod. Oh, that's cool. Do they have actual Jet Set Radio stuff in that Smash Bros mod as well? As far as I can see, no. That sucks. Man, that'd be the one game I would love to make if I was with Sega. Like a Sonic and Sega All-Stars Fighter, although more Power Stone based than Smash Bros. But the closest I get to that is my stupid little Punchback game. Poor Chris. Plenty of other games for the sequel. Yeah, no kidding. There's so many fan games. Whew. That's one of the reasons why I ended up feeling miserable about the entire video. There's so much content and I have so little to say about them, nothing to add. Way many better people on YouTube to highlight them. I'm just wasting your time. But for this video's sake, I checked out your examples. Sonic Revolution. It's weird I didn't bring that game up since I'm actually friends with the developer. He even made a cameo appearance in the Dissected video before. And speaking of Sonic and Sega All-Stars Fighting, this guy is coming close and making it, although it's more of a beat-em-up. He also made a different fighting game that also has other Sega characters in them. Quite a lot, actually, but it's called Sega Brawlers Mega Mix. I suppose a reference to the Sega Saturn game, Final Mix. But this one isn't very well known, sadly. As for the game, I love the idea of a Sonic beat-em-up. That's a fantastic concept. This game is a bit too chaotic for me, though. So much stuff going on, I feel I'm not really in control. Hedge Physics. Never heard of this one. Another physics test for a 3D Sonic game? I'm impressed, though. This is the closest I saw a fan game come to the original Sonic Adventure. The first Sonic Adventure. Sucks the level is floating objects in the sky type. And kind of funny they take a Sonic Rush level for a game that doesn't involve boost at all, but whatever. I like it. It feels good. This is a great basis for a Sonic Adventure type game. But again, there's so many fan games, it's overwhelming. Ridiculous amounts. Bit much for me to tackle, so I don't know about a second video. I'm a bit overwhelmed. I don't think I said many interesting things in the first one, so maybe it's better I just occasionally highlight a good one when I see it in unrelated videos instead of trying to jam them all in one video. So many Sonic fan games. Yeah. Can we get a Mega Man Legend 3 fan game in between somewhere? Oh wait, there is one. Cool. Oh wait, it hasn't been updated since 2014. Well, fuck. Oh well. So, considering I can only monetize the videos from my old channel and don't get any money from the videos on this channel, we're sponsored from now on. Luke?
Like how Sonic has partnered with Hooters, we have partnered with Greg's. What, they do nice yum-yums there.
Hooters makes more sense than Hello Kitty or insurances. Also, we're not sponsored, it was just a dumb joke. Anyway, end of the video, I suppose.
Don't forget to subscribe, leave a comment, breathe, go to work, wear pants, and follow us on Facebook. Wait, we're not on Facebook. Don't forget to follow us on Facebook then.